Welcome to Designer Discussions with Mirjam, Jason, and Maria. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 pieces of content and types of content that you need to drive traffic to your website.
Welcome to the Designer Discussions podcast with
Jason,
Maria,
and Mirjam. Tune in each week where we talk about marketing, PR, and business advice for design professionals.
So we know you guys are in your car, you're in between projects, and you're just wanting to keep up to date on what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So today we're going to talk about what you should focus on, and we're going to go over the top 3 types of content that will actually drive traffic to your website. I think a lot of what we've seen in the past was very time consuming and not strategic. So today we're going to have Jason tap into it and let us know what are our 3 best content types for our website.
good point, Maria. So what I want to talk about is just some content that on the SEO side, we see that usually drives traffic to your website and converts. And this actually ties into the episode we did 2 weeks ago, episode 116 on Have Blogs Die. So I'm tying all of that in. And since we were talking about blogging and content, I want to explain the content that universally drives traffic to the website. And I'm going to talk about 3 of them now. So one is one of the biggest ones that I see and we see in this industry is how to, either a how-to guide or anything like how to add light into a space, how to make the room larger. Anything on how to, and designers and remodelers, that's what we do for a living. We create fabulous, aesthetically pleasing spaces. And so if we can explain how we did that, it doesn't have to be detailed, but high level. How we did that, that's a lot of the content that our end users are looking for, because oftentimes they're trying to do DIY by themselves. But when they get into it, oftentimes they see it's overwhelming and they don't want to do all this on their own. But if they found your information on how to do X, Y, Z, and it's helpful and they see it's overwhelming and they want to call an expert, 9 times out of 10, they're going to reach out to the expert that gave them the good information. And so how to, whatever it is, helps. And we see that that's one of the top contents out there. And if you look on YouTube, which is one of the top search engines, how to fill in the blank is one of the most searched terms out there, how to whatever it is. So in the remodeling and design space, like I said, how to enlarge a space, how to add more lighting into a space, how to add color into a space, whatever that how to is for you and what you do in your design and remodeling business, that's what you need to do how to content about. Okay. Next thing I would say would be infographics. And this is one for the non-readers in the room, because we all know people love information, but they may not always like to read about it. And infographics are a great way to provide the information in a graphical way that has the end user understand what the point is that you're trying to get across. And with infographics, as you know, that's information that's represented in a visually enticing way. So if you were to, like we just talked about with the how-to, if you did a how to make the space larger, if you had an infographic where you had a space and you had examples of how you can enlarge the space, whether that's taking out a wall, whether that's moving around the furniture, whether that's adding in certain entities or pieces that will enlarge the room. So whatever it is, if you had that in a visual graphic or an infographic, that helps to convey what you're trying to explain, and that helps get across to the end user what they need to do. So infographics are a great way to use that graphical knowledge and your information to convey what you're trying to the end user. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about is video. So you'll hear us talk a lot about videos in a lot of the podcasts here. We've gone over TikTok, we've gone over YouTube, we've gone over videoing. We've had a video expert here, and we'll have links to all of those podcasts in the show notes as well. But video is one of the best ways to drive traffic to your site. And one of the things we do is that we create a lot of videos for our clients, and we'll have it on either a YouTube channel or Vimeo or whatever. And then we'll use that because, like I said earlier, YouTube is one of the most search engines out there. So, and everybody loves to watch a video, that whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever. And if you create a video, and if you tie this in, if you create a how-to video, now you're double dipping and you're creating a video that's explaining whatever it is, like I said, about how to enlarge a space, how to add more light into a space. And if you're explaining that in a video and having them understand, now you're reaching the individuals that do not like to read. And so they like to visually see what is happening. And if you have a video and create that, now you're looking at the video, understanding what they need to do, and then you're driving them back to your website. And once you have the video, you can easily have either a page on your website, a blog post, or whatever it is where you explain it and have the video on there so they can either so they have the option of reading it or watching it. And then if you incorporate all three of the things I just talked about, if you have a how-to post, whether it be an article or a page or a blog, is how to whatever it is, you have a video about that, and you have an infographic, now you're reaching that individual in an omnipresent way. And omnipresent, that means everywhere that they can access it, whether they're reading it, whether they're want to see it visually in video, or whether they want to see a graphic. Now you're meeting your end user right where they want to be, no matter what their preference is, reading, visually, or video. You have all three aspects on that page. So if you can accomplish that, whether it be a new page on your site, a blog on your page, or whatever it is, you will drive more traffic to your site. And with all of those aspects on the page, you will convert more that way. So this was just something fast I wanted to go over, just to let you know how you can create content that will resonate with the end user. And like I said, we've done a lot of A/B testing on a lot of this stuff. And how to, like I said, number one, that's what is searched for a lot. How to, whatever it is, fill in the blank. And infographics is for all the people that do not like to read. And then the video is for the individuals that want to watch it as opposed to read it. And if you incorporate all of those into your content, you have a winning strategy that will help you convert. So that's what I want to talk about today. And if you have any questions at all, reach out to us, and we hope to hear and see you here in 2 weeks on Designer Discussions.
Did you know that your client learns 80% of what they will know about you before they ever contact you? Now imagine when your potential client searches for the perfect kitchen remodel. Will they find you or your competition? We can help you make sure it's you. Our Designer Discussions Academy membership with your favorite podcast hosts provide weekly steps to simplify your marketing and boost your business. Sign up at designerdiscussions.com or follow the link in the show notes. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Designer Discussions and all of the helpful information. Subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. We look forward to having you back next week. For more information on the podcast and the marketing studio, visit designerdiscussions.com and follow us on social media.